the conquering hero.
I may have...
Well, the fact that you came straight to me instead of visiting the scent of wood.
The very same. But whatever plans Kupka was hatching with the Royalists, as did his men. Slaughtered by the orcs who'd taken orcs, Vivian. I've never... The Waluders must have ferried them over from Ash, but why work to rescue Kupka only to invade his home? The mother crystal of an allied nation. It makes no sense.
Do you know the tale of the blind men? And one can often be led astray by focusing too close. One must instead see the bigger picture. The Kingdom of Walud claims dominion over all of Ash. It is a nation forged by the bloody conquest of Barnabas Tharm, the dominant of Odin. The Canvarian War of Independence in 849. The Battle of the Twin Realms in 865. The Battle of Belinus Tor in 873. Wheresoever his armies fought, Odin was found where the fighting was fiercest. But of late, the warrior king appears to have laid his sword to rest. Battle rages for control of the crystalline dominion. Yet Tharm sends not a single ship in support of his Dhalmekian allies. Meanwhile, the Blight ravages great swathes of Ash. Yet warlike Walud shows not the faintest interest in laying claim to untouched lands. So why go to the trouble of sending an army of orcs into the heart of Drake's Fang, only to make no attempt to claim the Mother Crystal for Walud? It can hardly be for lack of men. Tharm's armies rival any in the Twins. No. We have not seen the last of the Waluda standard. Odin will ride again. It is but a question of when. And on that day, who will be trampled underfoot? In summary, I know not to what end the Royalists betrayed Kupka. I know only that it is part of some broader scheme. A scheme tied to the ambitions of one man.
King Barnabas.
But there is no need to wallow in confusion. If one is to cure a sickness, one must first identify the symptoms. And your Lord Uncle has volunteered to do just that by keeping an eye on the Royalists' movements.
He's really throwing himself into this.
Indeed he is. Which means all that remains for us to do is await his reports. Well, not quite all in your case. The people of the Hideaway must hear the news. Justice has been done. Hugo Kupka is dead. The wounds he left that night are still raw, especially for those who lived with Sid the longest. Consider it the price of...
I've never known you to be sentimental.
What can I say? I am only human.
I suppose we are. Very well. I'll go and spread the word.
And how may I assist you today? So what of its parliament? Which leaves but one man. Allow me to educate you, of course. Here you are. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
That bastard shadow loomed over us all for far too long. Thanks for snuffing him out, Clive.
We're seeing troops amassing at every corner.
Ah, Clive.
No. To share mine, actually.
Oh, my.
Look, he's crying. He is. The big baby.
And with good reason, children. These are tears of joy. We must offer up a prayer to your parents that the heavens... There shall be no lessons today, only thanksgiving and merrymaking. Go, put away your things.
All right. Brilliant.
Finally, a new...
It does.
Thank you, Clive. I cannot wait.
Hippocrates. After Kupka fell, Ultima came to me. I need to know what he is.
Alas, no. And not for want of trying. Not even the sort of conspicuous absence that might suggest a concealment of fact. One is...
But I saw him.
I don't doubt that you did. Alas, it seems you are the only... To others, he reveals naught. We see only that which he...
A bringer of death.
Whether the Ultima you met with was the being itself, or merely another projection of its power. But until I do, mine...
Thank you.
My knowledge is yours. I have said it many times. His story is... Were you aware... But what of the twins themselves? Yes, change will come. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. You wish to study the tomes? always welcome, Clive.
Thanks to Sid, the man who...
Well, someone looks pleased with him.
Nothing escapes you, Lady Karen. It's true. Kupka is...
Good. I'm starting to get a crick in my neck. Is it business or pleasure? It's a relief. Thank you, Clive. If you're gonna buy some, be quick about it. You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. Is that all?
Welcome home, Clive. I was hoping you'd be back soon.
Blackthorn,
What is it?
I wanted to tell you that...
I can't tell you how long I've been waiting to hear those words. Under a noose.
I'll try to live up to the name. Right. Let's see if Otto has anything else for me.
What do you need? To a bloody riddance. One included. What do you want? Yeah, that should do you. You can thank me later. And?
I'm telling you, it's true. I heard it from Otto's own lips.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border crossing.
You barely sat down since you came home.
Just spreading the word.
So, the Professor's got a sock?
No.
Ah, but you ain't. I can think of plenty of friends back at the old hideaway who'd sleep, not least of all Sid. Well, when you do, she's been going at it hammer and tongs down in that workshop of hers, trying to do her father proud.
Very well.
How are you doing? It was luck, and luck alone. But now... thank you. Here you go. Seen enough?
I think Mid might need some help.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive?
I'm going to visit Sid.
Sorry, I'm too busy. I've got to get this thermal displacement.
And this is...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world... Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive. First things first. The sack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the air. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into... And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. I've got the designs and the list of... Show these to Blackthorn.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to. The engine plating's basically just a very efficient conductor.
When it comes to boyish charm, Goose has an indomitable...
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
It's good to have you back. I was worried.
I heard what you told Nan about Kupka. They all our old friend.
Blackthorn.
Out with it.
It's for me.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Go on then. What is it this?
She said you would...
Krieger? Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this, and I'll need... Get Gavin Otto in here, will you?
All right.
So Lid's roped us all in here again, and still, if that's what it takes to get us to
And,
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword-grade steel won't work. We need something that can get That means an alloy. Something that won't break up, which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock.
Well, we'll get it done. One of us should probably give you an hand collecting the sand.
and the other can go and get the rest from...
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over.
Up to you who you take to the desert. I mean, Gav's given the fight, but you don't have my winning personality.
Ah, don't listen to him. You'll be in the lowest of low company with either of us.
You going after the Stardust, then? Which one of these two luckies?
Gav.
All right, then. So,
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Valcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its...
southern reaches of the Valcroy, eh? I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon.
All right.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of the stuff from...
You two, eh? Don't go...
Fleece me.
Sounds like this river we're looking for is south of the Dalamil Inn. I'll hire us a wagon and meet you there.
I'll get us a good price. So?
Good day.
To you. Sid.
The crystals we get from the tailor.
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine. Good day.
And we had to dig a new cellar.
Ah, Clark.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy rustlings in the undergrowth. Suspicious it may be no more than a surfeit of nerves. Understandable in the current climate, given what I hope you'll forgive me calling you...
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of...
All right. Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
You alright, Sid?
There is actually. Quentin tells me people have mentioned shadowy figures.
Oh, I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard.
All right.
Word is, the Black Shields took a hiding. Hands us a bit.
Excuse me. Quentin...
Nah, not me, Gov. I'm here most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't seen... Don't worry. Any shady characters try and slip into town this way.
All right. Do you have them? There's talk of suspicious...
No, but I've heard something.
Where was this?
In Lorbert's Park. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it. Ran back here as quick as me legs...
I see.
I was in Lorbert's Pass when I heard it. Sounded like someone whetting a blade. Ready to slit my throat. Put the wind right up me, it did.
Seems Lorbert's Pass is our best bet, then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate? You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape.
Black Shields. Here. What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
This one.
Stay down!
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lostwing? I need to warn Quentin.
Good day to you, Sid.
The crystals we get from the tail.
Clive.
I found some Black Shields hiding it.
Black Shields, though they serve another master now. One who means to... And it would appear the pack has finally caught... Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. And bite back...
I'm sorry. Who did the Black Shield serve now?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have been...
I don't understand. Why him?
I suppose I was a member of the judiciary once. And fight it I did in my... I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one...
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. A means of ridding himself of his rivals. A mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against his response, however, and he faced no I lost everything. The faith I had once held that any modicum of justice, so I set about enacting. I tracked down every soul who served him, but the man himself proved an with money and power, and so I saw that I would need an army of... I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting.
And everyone?
Of course. They too have lost, loved, seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye. Our wounds are the same. And our cause, we know where he hides, how numerous. What we did not know until now, however, was that his...
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment. My friends and comrades,
I'm not going to change his mind.
Do you see anything you like? And a fine, fine day to you.
Take a sniff, good sir.
Leave now, there'll be no one to man the shop. Gone, just like that. And without...
What's the matter?
It's my apprentice. I'd go and look for him myself, but I've got a bakery to run. Loath though I am to rely on the kindness of strangers.
I'll see what I can do.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was off somewhere mooning at Drake's Fang. He used to work there, you see. Poor
All right. Excuse me.
What do you want?
The baker sent me to...
I'm certainly not a baker. Time was the sight of the Fang used to calm my nerves.
I take it you missed the mother.
I hated her, but she was all I knew. I had to trade my pickaxe for a rolling pin, but I'm no good at baking. She was the only thing that could fill the hole, and now she's gone. What am I supposed to do? I ask her.
Perhaps you could express yourself in your work.
Recapture it? You know, I have to get back to the bakery right away.
Wait. Suppose you won't be needing an escort then.
Take a sniff, good sir. You'll be transported.
Ah, there you are. The man who lit a fire under my wayward... Though I worry you might have stoked the flames a little too high. He damn near ran...
Master, it's ready. Behold the Drake's Balm.
I dare say it is.
Just look at it. Her steepled peaks, her fulsome spurs. True, my loaves collapse more often than not, but what's the Fang without her crater? Why? And look, inside. She's filled to... Master, I have found my purpose. I must...
Well, if it tastes half as unique as it looked... not only is my apprentice back, but he's finally pulling his weight with it. I don't know how you did it, but... Now, I know you're king, but do you have to use the good salt? Leave some for the rest of us.
Sorry, Master. I'll go and get some more later.
Yes, they're quite sort.
Master Lubor says Drake's...
I hear you've been busy. That was your doing, was it not? As for me... Try not to die.
Looks like I found the river. Now where's Gav? Sorry to keep...
Better late. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dal, but if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get.
Then let's get bagging.
We shall.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me. should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished?
Enough.
Oh, that might even be enough for all. Here. Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the And there still is. Those shoulders of yours start hardly ever see around the hideaway nowadays. You can take a day off.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy.
Only 'cause you keep sending me.
I know I can count.
Likewise. So you keep sending me where, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you. Right. That's enough. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he's...
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest.
Oh, I plan after Blackthorn gets what he...
Right. Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs.
All right, Clive. I gave all that stardust to Blackthorn just...
I got everything Blackthorn asked for.
Blackthorn.
Yeah. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough.
We should go out on... Your beats sneaking around on you.
I'll make a start on putting this firm up. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with...
Thank you, Blackthorn.
Suppose we'd better be getting...
Give us a shout if you need it.
We're seeing troops amassed at every border crossing.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Kuka. But when I close my eyes... Only I don't know how. I wish you were here. Come to claim your just desserts? I don't have that one. You do. I gave you that one, didn't I? You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
I know what you're going to tell me. Thank you, Clive. Thank you. I know what you're going to tell me. Thank you, Clive.
When it comes to boyish charm,
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that...
Excellent.
So,
The helm for this will be
salvage from the ruins.
Ah, but we don't...
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exact... What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Talk to her back there. You know, thingy. She'll tell you exactly...
Oh, Sid, is this about the help?
Yes.
I'll show you the plan. Here you see the Mithril engine, in which Mithril is burned. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, in other words, the reactor would overheat. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves... Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune. Why? If sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produce...
You can stop there. Mid said we might be able to use... Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's,
I see. Would that help?
Oh, I'll gather my team and head there right away.
I knew it was a good idea to have Editor study alongside the children. It's really stoked their competitive spirit.
I have done it, Sid. I have learned all the lessons.
I went up to give some greens to the chocobo.
The celebratory spirit must be... Eat up, little ones.
You'll never believe this, Martel. Kupka's dead. Sid did it.
Sid, thank the Founder you have returned safely. It's one weight off my mind. Time to fight. Farewell. Farewell.
Oh, there you are, Sid. The, ruins are just over there at...
Of course. Anybody home? This must be our unwanted visit.
Nice try. Too slow. Enough.
The things I do...
Sid!
You shouldn't have any...
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll...
All right.
Your work is done, Sid. We'll take care of the rest. Let Mid know she'll have her helm very soon, would you?
seen troops amassing it.
Ain't so bad stretching your legs once in a while.
I think Mid might need some help tidying
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Hell.
Excellent.
And
Right.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop. But those things will still be spitting out enough, which is why you need a prism for the dragon's breath that's blazing. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before... I need something light.
Well, if I were in need of obscure, I know whose counsel I would seek.
Tomes? Yeah. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him? See what he makes of?
Right away.
Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in. What do I have to eat to grow as tall as you, Mr. Stelz? Thanks to Sid, the man who...
Hippocrates.
For you, Clark?
Well, actually, it's for Mid. Could you take a look at it?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it, as you can imagine.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to...
Perhaps. It is not a different material.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine. At timber, and yet, we have made a home.
We have, but Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able, before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls.
So if we could
it might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, the knowledge of the past may yet...
Thank you, Harbok. And since you're asking others to help you...
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. We could have done with some of that on Justinus.
I doubt I would have survived that place with or without it. A trip to Northreach, though, I think either of us could handle.
So, Clive, who will accompany?
Very well. So then.
I have taken the liberty of preparing...
White chocobo eggs. Are you sure this list is right? I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects, so much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to... Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to...
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now.
I will.
You two enjoy yourselves.
You too, Talia.
Good luck in Northreach. Try not to get too distracted from the task.
Now, where's Jill?
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled. I won't have...
Are those Pepio nuts? Can never tell.
How goes that?
I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take it.
All right.
How about you look for the Pepio nut? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by...
Up! You'll not find a bruised... Fresh cuts! Come and get them...
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine. I trust it's all here. You're always welcome here in Lostwing.
How the hell is anyone...
Oi, don't touch anything. Go on. Take it.
That's everything. Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Did you find everything?
I did.
Garlic and... Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this. But before we head back... Thank you for asking me to help you today.
It does. It's good to get it. Just being here. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith?
How could I forget? Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself?
There was, yes. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells patik. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would.
And I saw some bread. Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... Oh!
You all right?
So, it's just... you're right. I really do feel like a... Clive, is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done, when we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive. Well, I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will.
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Oh, I'm never drinking again.
How's work on the shield?
Well, very well indeed. I was just explaining to Tarja, and now that we have all the...
You can count on me. I've mixed more than...
What about the shielding?
Work is underway.
Apparently, it'll be ready...
Thank you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me?
Of course. Oh, and thank you. It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is all... A shame. I was enjoying when both the shielding and the moon dew are ready. It will merely be a matter of applying the what followed by a rigorous process of testing, and perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Abba. Well, I'd better go and give Mid the good news then.
Thanks to Sid, the man who... Editors started reading books that don't have any pictures in.
I think Mid might need some help.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work...
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the... He's supervising the construction and test...
Brilliant! And...
Don't thank me.
Right then. Better start working out how to bolt all these bits to the black...
You know, when I got into the... I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dah.
Displacements.
Same different. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this out, Mid. You get all the parts lined up on the deck.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is going to require some.
It's finished. It's...
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling...
Thank you, Clive. That's one down and just 3...
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a
You don't mean...
Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes...
What's the matter?
Nothing. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over there, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black... That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance, but now she's so close to being finished. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things... I want people to sail aboard her by choice, in a world where we're not just trying to survive, but...
I'm working on that, and I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
All right. My mind's made. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, sod our plans. I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about...
Something tells me it's what my dad would...
He'd be proud of you.
You,
I was.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up for.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming.
Aye, aye, Cap.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
All right, Clark, Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl do anything... No, excuses.
Not quite. She said there was one final thing.
She said that?
She...
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? She'll probably be halfway to Canva, but...
Mid.
The Enterprise will have 4 mithril engines,
Each needing setting some sort of...
Obeleth.
Yep. You in a hurry at all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. Just paid. But anyway, I was on my... Got a letter. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I was to hand it to you in, but...
Thank you, Obeleth.
Don't mean...
What tidings, Uncle? Trouble in camp, well...
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then...
Well, but next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to...
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit that just like when we built this... Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to... Wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the 7 High Houses waiting now, would it?
Gav will be leaving with me.
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regard.
Oh, by the way, Jill will be joined. She's got some things to take care of, but...
I hope she's telling the truth. Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. But if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. It wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you. But we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protege's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
We need to find a way into Drake's tail. And we will. Together, this time.
I've got a few more things to pack before I leave.
Crack the crystal too? You're joking.
Trouble with the ledgers. What could be wrong with Torgor? Hopefully it's nothing. Blackthorn.
Not really.
This won't. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. And you might still be doubting your craft. Even perhaps sharing your thoughts.
That bastard. Still, you got a keen eye out. He's just, well...
And that was?
A sword. An odd look. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck, you could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home.
So that's what's troubling you?
Nah. No. Not troubling me exactly. More...
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about it.
I'll see what I can find. Sharper swords are always... And we can't have our master blacksmith being...
You're a soft touch, you know, but I can't say I'm not grateful for it.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword.
I've got a few more things to pack.
I got your note. You think something's wrong with...
So you can read. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brown, but now he won't like him. Which is why you've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than you. Is that it, boy?
What was it you said he was?
That's what the lawsman seemed...
Then maybe this all has something to do with...
I suppose things have been different. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean?
You're looking well, Cap.
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn.
Running around after him again?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need help.
Little wondrous. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those which made it nice in it.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people who make like? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him. Fine. If you stop mooning at me. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. And he's got more money than sense, which is wise. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's...
I appreciate...
And what can I do for you? Go on, then. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Lawsman, I need to ask you about Torgor.
He isn't ill.
I don't think so. But according to Lady she says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may.
I rather think she might be right. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, if we assume that his newfound magics require additional... It may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed... Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones... As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of East...
I don't recall ever seeing it.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures, the last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about, took place near Cressida.
Even so.
Good hunting.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to do?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Clive.
That's why I'm...
Shh, Otto. A little. Listen. And it's maybe my fault. But sadly, that square turned out to be more of a... I can straighten it out, I swear, but I'm gonna need help keeping it...
Bit late for that.
There you are!
So let me get this straight. And instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. Well?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must...
Those ledgers were marked.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always...
No, we don't. And no, after the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see it. Besides, we'll need to learn to...
All right. But that doesn't... Is there anything I can do to...
There might... How'd you fancy taking these to Martha?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents a piece. Little something Sid and I set aside, and I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope
I'm sure there will be.
Should be. You know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe, and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
Here for another of my lectures. What is it that you wish to learn? One must understand one's place in the world. Very good.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
That's a ship.
some help tidying up that workshop.
Well. Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this Alembi. Lovely bit of kit, it is. Bunging the solution. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all, which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be...
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. So what exactly do you need?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university. You pour the blackest blight water through it. So, I did a bit of reading about what... And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bog.
I take it that's where I come in.
I saw a billet on the hunt board for one. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty.
All right.
Thank you kindly.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. In you, boy.
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. I doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.
So what do you think?
That we'd be...
Really?
Oh, aye. There's trouble up ahead.
I take it there's danger.
Oh, what about this fearsome-looking fellow?
Oh, no doubt. Well met, friend. My brother and I...
How does a merchant...
Oh, the man's a coward. When he thought goblins might come...
He sent the two of us to fetch it, but it's gone. Now, I'm not much of a...
My brother's right on all accounts. And by might...
We may have seen our share of action, true, but we've not got this...
You, however, have the look of a man who needn't fear. But chances are they'll come for you either way. But...
Well, if I'm going to have...
You've clearly got a fine head.
We're lucky you now. Hoping to make a heavy purse in Boklat, reckon he won't be forking over the rest of our fee if we don't find those goods.
All right. Just...
No. You just put an end to those bandits and point us in the right direction.
I'm not sure I trust those two. But if there are bandits lying in wait, I should probably take...
Look lively, you lot. We've got guests.
Must be our bandits. That's them dealt with. Now, where's that cart? Getting all of this out of here will be a night.
Seems we've found ourselves the...
Found the cart and didn't leave a single bastard breathing.
And how exactly will he be getting his goods?
You leave that to us. After all, it'd be wrong to make such...
You've done your part. And that's all. It's been a pleasure.
There's no need to be so rude, brother. What if we want his help again next time?
You've had your rewards and you're not getting any more.
People take notice. Wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Back again, are you? Any more trouble and you'll be barred for life.
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. How wealthy people.
My reputation will... Calm yourself, Lord Ignac.
Pardon the...
Out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be... Please, his lordship is going through a difficult time. Radim! Get rid... Very good. Would you mind stepping outside?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also...
I don't suppose a certain blade was a single-edged sword.
Ah.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
You have but to state it. You are welcome.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes...
A condition I would be a fool to refute.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves...
I did not, no. Though every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence.
That will be very...
Farewell. It's a wonder the Republic tolerates the existence of
Ready, go? Run like the wind. You deserve a rest.
We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be nothing seem all right.
I hear I have you to thank. What shall I call you, my good man?
Wyvern.
A formidable... Well, Wyvern. Redeem here tells me you wished for an orc.
A few moments of your...
You're a peculiar...
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain...
Oh, true. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hand. It was made in the Outer Isles and is used exclusively by the practitioner. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and there's a brutal sort of beauty.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Why, they use a whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 but it is the final stone which lends the blade a mineral quite foreign. And that is the... Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly... Take this, the very stone of which I spoke. Far and afar north.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship.
I am locked in bitter competition with... I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel. But
Are there many other collectors?
Too many to count. But only one do I consider, and is a perennial thorn in my...
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern, may our paths... Radim! We mustn't do...
I think his lordship is rather taken with you. Coming, my lordship.
Trust Uncle Byron to find now. Let's see what Black...
Clive!
I wasn't expecting, but it seems we still owe you a... And though I doubt it's what you were expecting.
A star, Rube. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find your...
Think of the differences in...
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one... Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about that? Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working...
Something like that. Most days, I think.
Same as always. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, Word probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never... Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, and when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it.
His death was hard on everyone.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, I reckon what he saw in Sid... And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half that, and you keep good company.
Good girl. Fly, Ambrosia. Straight home now. Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Now, will it be enough? I say that answers much, which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? You do know you can take that with you. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Oh, Torgal.
There's talk that the Glassgate flood has finally spread to the world.
Citizens are free to come and go as they please. Checkpoints open.
Did you hear? The gates to heaven.
I want to see you again. But the captain's late without me.
Time was there were great corns without sweet water and olive talc.
Milady.
Gifts? Oh, my.
Otto asked me to give it to settle the hideaway's debt and to...
I thought you might finally be more... Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him the man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and...
You once told me Sid did you a kind... I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's. For all of us.
Otto is lucky to... I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the height...
Otto had a son.
Long ago. Yes. And blamed himself for not being... I don't know how it happened. Whether there was anything he could have done.
I didn't know.
How could you have? Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear an ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends.
Go will want to know the stones were delivered. Good girl. Run like the wind.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
They told me she was building a ship.
In case you've forgotten, twin sides under siege. So don't be...
Good. So Lady Karen accept...
Ah, but she was just too stubborn. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could...
Karen refused...
I hope it wasn't...
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
Oh, one.
I don't know where Sid gets the energy.
Lady Count Goad tells me you won. Would you prefer the debt was...
What debt? I don't recall lending it. I may have tossed a talent or two, but those were donations. And you can hardly...
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who...
Oh, fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not. Where'd you even get this? A decent trick. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself. Might be I already have. Might be you even know her. The fine continental maid whose beauties... You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be...
I hear you ended up delivering a... Thanks to this, I sometimes wonder what...
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you, then? Get your ass behind that.
Right away.
I've seen that.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because...
I knew so little.
Almost.
Martha and the Dame both seemed to have fun. How long did you know Sid?
Before he died. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. He bought passage to... I forget where. We set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back. Quit my post not long after that. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day... That was... But the magic woke inside my son soon after his... And there was no hiding.
Couldn't you and your family?
My family wanted the monster. I couldn't turn my back on him, and I couldn't for the life of me understand it. Luckily, it was him who stood beside me when... Him who cried for me. Him who swore he'd do everything. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that I knew then I'd fought. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather Goat were at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Told me she was building a ship. I don't know where Sid gets the energy.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. So, Molly's left over. That'll teach me for treating you like... All right, now we know what you're after. I can see about getting...
Speaking of which, I brought one for later.
You can, aye. In return, you can thank Torgal.
I was just on my way to see it.
Ah, were you able...
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us an
Very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way.
Ah. But that reminds me, do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in...
About how she somehow...
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But what? The Fenrir of legend served Shiva, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply...
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of... Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen. One can but speculate as to how all of this...
He has seemed more...
And if I'm not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We...
Sorry, but hopefully...
You learned something about...
I did better. Yes.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. But good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good Valisthian steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah. I'll make something much better.
I'm sure the curse just...
Don't you? I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still... Hey, I owe you one. August 2.
You'll be happy to hear.
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. First new blade up. You come and find me when you've got the material.
All right.
Clive. Not saying Fordian, do you? And?
He cracked my crystal teeth. You're joking.
It's no joke.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts? Here you are. All done?
Here. Greetings, Your Majesty. rain is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. If the wine needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
Is that the thing Tomes helped with?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
In case you've forgotten, twin sides on the sea.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
All right there. How's that hunt?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty. You're a gent, Sid. Right then. There we. The Telemon Malembic.
And very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder.
There's no need.
Don't be. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep.
What?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to.
Well,
that's the spirit. Well?
It certainly feels...
Right?
Thank you.
No, for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavours. Without you, we'd... And I'm telling you, there's plenty.
Is it business
Or pleasure?
Coin purse weighing you down? It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. Finished, are you?
Clive. Not saying for you, dear. Should last you a good while. And?
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
Come on.
There was a time this path was guarded day and night by Lord Kupka's men.
This must have been a fishing village before everyone left.
I see the Dalmecs lag behind Rosaria when it comes to bridge building.
The fallen ruin should hold, at least.
The path continues on the other side. So this is Zemeckis.
The land of the gods. It's even more impressive than I imagined. I remember being captivated by the story as a child.
Long, long ago, man was overcome by avarice and challenged the gods in a bid to win their power. The final battle took place here, at these falls. Or so the legend goes. If anyone ever manages to plumb those depths, perhaps we'll learn if there's any truth to the tale.
That the gods emerged victorious and punished man for his defiance by visiting upon him 2 curses.
Dominance in Paris. To tell the truth, I always thought it strange that the dominant and their icons were deemed a curse. Back home, the dominant inherited the throne. They were admired and exalted, not spurned. Whenever I got to that part of the story, I always assumed there must be something I'd misunderstood.
You had a lot of storybooks, didn't you? In your room, I mean. When we were young.
The old legends were always my favorites. Epic battles between gods and men. Father encouraged me to read as much as I could. He thought it good for my education.
You really were a boy like any other, weren't you?
Just look at this place. It's enough to make you believe the legends are true.
I know.
We're not far from Boklad. The road will be busier up ahead.
And we'll have to keep our wits about us. Clive? Something wrong?
Nothing. It's nothing.
I see the reports are true, Father.
You have surrendered the throne to Olivier.
I have. Emperor Olivier shall rebuild the Holy Empire of Sanbreque.
How is he to rule an empire? He is but a boy.
I shall advise him until he comes of age.
Father, please.
Or for as long as I am able. The empire we seek to build needs young blood to rule it. And I can think of none better suited to the task. There is other news, Dion. Hugo Kupka is dead, and Drake's Fang destroyed. The pillars of the Republic have fallen. Ere long, the Imperial banner shall fly over every city in Storm. And then Valisthea. All shall bow before their Emperor.
Father, these are the words of a tyrant.
They are the words of a god. The Emperor whom I gladly serve. Great Greeker, made flesh. Return to your camp, Dion, and ready your forces. It is time to show the world the true power of Sanbreque.
Father. I find you much changed. Is this truly the path you wish to tread? Or are these the ambitions of another? Of Ultima, perhaps?
What nonsense is this? I speak my mind, and my mind only. Though I do owe Annabella thanks for reminding me of certain truths regarding the nature of nations, of rulers, and of the divine.
You would trust the words of this traitress? She betrayed her country. She slew her husband.
You have ever been an invaluable servant to Sanbreque, Prince Dion. I trust you will continue to serve your Emperor in the wars to come.
The canker! Silence! Insolent wretch! You will bend the knee. All else is heresy.
Sire, forgive me.
This audience is over. Come, your Radiance. The Rowena Syndicate awaits your pleasure.
Oh, not another meeting with silly old men. They're so boring. I'm hungry, Father. Can't we have luncheon instead?
Does it pain you that you will not inherit your father's throne?
I have suffered worse.
Count your blessings, Dion. For a base-born child to be chosen by Bahamut is miracle enough. You have risen high on his wings, but you shall rise no higher, lest your impure blood stain the throne.
What do you know of my blood?
The Boklab markets are to the north. We just need to hug the coast.
Infiltrating the Dominion won't be easy with the Imperials on high alert.
No. His Radiance has lost one capital already. We can be sure Sylvester will do everything in his power to hold on to Twinside. His troops are well-trained and increasingly battle-hardened. But it's not as if we can wait for the siege to end.
They've closed the road to Randalar.
Siege break. They'll need more than this to stop the Imperial legions marching on the capital.
Oh, I'm done for. If you haven't got a pass, you're not getting through. Please,